Hello everyone. In this video we talk about meaning of learning. As in chapter 3 there is learner and learning process. So in this video we talk about what is learning and what is the process of learning. So first we see the introduction of learning. What is the introduction of learning? Learning here means learning is the modification of behavior. What is the meaning of modification of behavior here means? Modification means like take the example of some small child. Small child do not know how to eat from a spoon. So by seeing his elder, he understand that how to eat from a spoon. So this is the example of modification of behavior. First, his behavior is not modified, but by seeing his elder, his what happened? His behavior will modify. Like we take another example also. If a small child do not know how to talk to elders, but by seeing his elder he understand that how we talk to elders and how we live in our society. So this is also the modification of behavior. According to Skinner, learning is the process of progressive behavior of adaptation. What here means the progressive behavior of adaptation means? Here progressive behavior of adaptation means ki how we adapt in an environment. Like if we move from one place to another, what happened? There is all thing is different. Our environment is different. Our temperature is different. Culture is different. So all thing is different. So how we adapt in another situation, this is adaptation, and this is learning also. In our society many different people are living. Okay, so we should have to adapt in each and every situation. So this is the progressive behavior of adaptation, and this adaptation is also a learning. And according to Skinner, learning is the process of progressive behavior of adaptation. According to J.P. Guilford, learning is any change in behavior resulting from behavior. How we understand this sentence? By taking some example. Like we take the example of a small child again. A small child is told by his mother that you should not have to touch any hot things like candle or iron. What happened? Child does not listen to his mother. Okay, he started touching to hot things, and what happened here? Her or his hand will be burnt. Now he understand that by touching hot things, what happened? Ki hand will be burnt. So this is the change in behavior of child. Okay, so learning is what is change in behavior resulting from behavior. First, child behavior is change in one thing. Like he is going to touch hot things, and now he understand by touching hot things his hand will be burned. So this is the definition of J.P. Guilford. According to Crow and Crow, learning is the acquisition of habits, knowledge and attitude. What here means acquisition of habits? It means learning is what? It is collection of habits. Here we collect different types of habits, like good habits also, bad habits also. Child learns good habit also and bad habits also. So it is the duty of a teacher or elder that we should have to develop positive habits in child. So learning is what? It is acquisition of habits. It is acquisition of knowledge also. So knowledge is what? We have to give a good knowledge to child, so he can learn in a good manner. And learning is the development of attitude also. There is positive attitude also and negative attitude also. So it is the duty of teacher that he should have to develop positive attitude inside the child. So according to Crow and Crow, learning is acquisition of habits, knowledge and attitude. Understood? Now we talk about nature of learning. So what is the nature of learning? First one is what? It is modification of behavior. Like we see, learning is what? It is modification of behavior. Always something modified in some manner. Like we see the example, like a child learned by eating from a spoon, by seeing his elders. Okay, this is the modification. And another modification we understand by taking the example, like if teacher says to child that you should have to cut your nails every day. Okay, earlier child is not cutting his or her nail, but after advising by teacher, he understand that by cutting nail is a good habit. Now This is the modification of behavior inside the child, and child learn good habits, that how he should have to cut his or her nails every day. So this is modify behavior of child. Now, learning is a continuous process and a lifelong process. What means continuous process? Here, continuous process means learning is started from birth and it ends to our, when our life is ended, then it end. Okay, means from birth to end of life, learning continues. We never stop learning. We always busy learning something. Like if we become old also, we not stop. Okay, we not stop to get learn something. The old people is also learning, young people is also learning. In every stage there is learning. There is learning in each and every process of life. So this means that learning is what? It is a continuous process. It is a lifelong process. Okay, understood? Now, learning is what? It is acquiring new experience. What here means acquiring new experience? Like we have just see the example of that child. That child touched the hot things. Okay, when he touched that hot things, what experience that child get? Child get experience that by touching hot things, his or her hand will be burnt. So this is new experience which child will be get. So this is learning is what? It is acquiring new experience. Okay, in our day-to-day life we always experience something new. Okay, so this is learning is acquisition of new experience. Learning is what? It is positive and negative both. How? Like learning is positive also and sometimes learning is negative also. It is not always learning is positive only. Like if a small child started abusing elders or his or her colleagues, so this is also negative learning. Child started stealing something, so this is also negative learning. So by seeing this example, we understand that learning is positive also. Like by understanding nail cutting habit is a good habit, so that is learning is positive. And another thing is what? That child understand stealing something or abusing someone, so this is what? This is negative learning. So from this example, what we understand? We understand that learning is what? It is positive also and it is negative also. Learning is an adjustment. Now we see how we adapt in our society. There is many different type of people we are living, and when we move from one place to another, there we also adjust our environment in our environment. So learning is what? Adjusting ourselves. When we adjust ourselves, we learn something. Okay, so without learning we can't adjust. So learning is what? It is adjustment in our society. So learning is adjustment. Learning depends on practices and experience. Now we see experience we get from that child get experience. By touching hot thing his hand will be burnt. So this is one experience. Learning depends on practice also. Without practice there is no learning. Okay, in each and everything we practice. Like we see example of NET and JRF also. Like we are preparing for NET and JRF. So what happened? We also practice. If we not practice PYQ, MCQ, so what happened? We not learn and we not crack our NET exam or JRF exam. So learning in what? It is depends upon practice. Practice makes a man perfect. So by seeing this, we understand that learning depends on practice and experience also. Here I take some example. Like if a child learn to ride a bicycle, he falls 100 times. So what happened? By falling 100 times, he understand that how to ride bicycle. So by practice, every man becomes perfect. So this is called learning depends on practice and experience. Okay. Now what we see? We see a step of learning process. In everything there is process. Without process nothing is here. So each and everything there must be process. There must be some hierarchy. So if we learn something, there is also some hierarchy and there is also some process. Now we see what is the steps of process, learning process. First one is what? It is motivation. Second one is what? It is various responses. Third, barrier. Then correct response. Then reinforcement. Then organization. Then goal. Now we understand this all by taking some example. Like I take the example of what? NTA NET GRF. By understanding step of learning process, I take this example for okay. Now like this is person, okay, this person want to prepare for NET and GRF exam. So what happened for preparing NET and GRF exam? There must be some motivation inside this person, okay. And motivation is of how many type? It is of two type, intrinsic motivation also and extrinsic motivation also. So for preparing NET and GRF exam, first thing is what? Any person should have to develop motivation inside him or her. If he not develop motivation, if he is not motivated by inside or by external side, he is not able to sit in that examination and he is not able to crack that exam. So motivation is compulsory for any person to crack the examination. Now what happened? That person is motivated. After motivated, what he do? He started showing various responses, like he started reading his syllabus. Firstly what he do? He sees syllabus, okay. Now see syllabus, section wise syllabus, how many chapters there, and how should I have to prepare. Now he started taking coaching centers from online or offline mode. So he started doing various responses, okay. So this is the various responses which is done by that person who is motivated from inside for preparation for NET and GRF exam. So after showing various responses, what happened? There is barrier, okay. There comes a barrier. What is that barrier? Barrier is what? Barrier is like family barrier, okay. His health problem is also barrier, physical barrier, psychological barrier. Means there is different type of barrier which come in that journey. So what person should have to do? He should have to remove that barrier. And how he remove that barrier? By removing this barrier, who help? Person have to overcome from this barrier. And who help by overcoming this barrier? Family will help, his sister, brother, all of his colleagues will help in overcoming this barrier. Now what happened? Now barrier is removed and he shows correct response, okay. He shows what? Correct response. It shows by him. What type of correct response? He started preparing again and he started motivated himself. So now correct response is shown by him. Now he started giving different type of mock test, and if he bring a very good marks in mock test, okay. Now he understand, he is motivated inside that he should crack his NET exam. Now what happened? He organizes himself, okay. He organizes himself for NTA NET GRF exam. Now he is totally prepared for sitting in exam hall. He organized his mind, he organized all the syllabus, all the thing is organized inside him. Now when he sit in examination hall, what happened? After giving exam, the result will come, and what happened? He achieved his goal, okay. When he achieved his goal, this is what that learning is completed, okay. So this all is the journey of a step of learning process. If any person want to do anything, he should have to follow this all step, and this is the step of learning process. Now my topic is completed. Thank you.